sail off to adventure. Got some Mary in my backpack. Abstract sword, I got some pen and paper. Fit the whiskey, coke, berry flapjacks. Roll it up and put it to my lips. No need to pass there. So up in summertime, I undermine the underlying fact that I scrape pennies, but I want a dime. She's something else, I got it now. Well, yeah, my dude, she's something fine. And since I got a shot at her, they salty. I tell them suck a lime, I wasn't mine. Now I'm just clowning, trying to scrape a number. Smile after I take it from her. Copacetic today, but in 2 days disintegrate to bummers. I thought I won her over, but I just created blunders. The game I hate and love her. Thinking back to times of playing B because of breaking rubbers. I was a wild child and still extra. All these women still extra. I'm just trying to find an ill chick and a chill spectrum to make my broken heart feel better. Let the ship set sail off to adventure. Got some Mary in my backpack. Abstract sword, I got some pen and paper. Fit the whiskey, coke, berry flapjacks. Roll it up and put it to my lips. No need to pass that. Let the ship set sail off to adventure. Got some Mary in my backpack. Abstract sword, I got some pen and paper. Fit the whiskey, coke, berry flapjacks. Roll it up and put it to my lips. No need to pass that. Pass that. Pass that. Pass that. Pass that.
Welcome back, you sick bastards. It is Sunday, November 30th, 2025, and you're watching One More Round Fights. I'm the host of this here channel. My name's Gav. I do this shit every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday. I give you guys MMA and boxing tips, picks, parlays, tricks, you know, all that shit. And I'm here to bring you guys another nice week of fights. You know, not too much going on, but we had some boxing go down. We got some MMA going down next weekend, both PFL and UFC. We got 3 separate boxing cards going down. We got a jam-packed week coming up. So not a lot of people did a show this week or are going to do a show this week. I ain't going to leave you hanging. I got you. I got you. So don't forget to follow on social. We finally hit our sub goal of 650, guys. Appreciate everybody that showed up this weekend. Appreciate everybody that pulled up, made some money on some Molly McCann. Just kidding. Molly McCann was minus 1,400. Nobody made money on her. But appreciate everybody that came through, subscribed to the channel, got some new followers, new subs, all that shit. So please continue to do so. Share with a friend if you haven't already, because if they're not part of the community, they're really fucking missing out. So One More Round Fights. All the socials, One More Round F8 on X. Don't forget to also follow the Main Card Minute. Scan the QR codes here. On your left, that's One More Round Fights. On your right, that's the Main Card Minute. Main Card Minute, that's where we do the watch-alongs for UFC cards, and that's where we will be doing the watch-along for UFC 323 this Saturday. Full card. So Main Card Minute, One More Round Fights. You should be subscribed to both. If you aren't subscribed to both, you're kind of fucking up in life, honestly. And don't forget, we're trying to get to our new subscriber goal of 700. We're trying to get to 700, so please subscribe. Please grab your little brother's phone, your dad's fucking burner phone. Go subscribe. One More Round Fights, all right? Don't fucking forget. And scan the QR codes there. Main Card Minute on your left, One More Round Fights on your right. Shout out to our sponsor, W.GG. Use promo code One More Round for 10% off. That's promo code One More Round for 10% off. Okay. And if you get some wins off this channel, send them into onemoreroundfights@gmail.com. I want to see how much you're making. I want to see where the bread's at. All right. We had somebody bet 90K in the chat yesterday. Okay. I don't know if it was for real, but he said he was. He didn't win. He was down 180K after those bets, but you know, I tried to tell him. Ben Whittaker KO. He was like, nah, bro, I got money on Benghazi and I got money on draw. I feel like he was trolling. He might have been trolling. He might have been trolling. It's all good though. We got a lot to talk about though. We're debuting a new segment today called Social Status. So you can be checking out what's going on the social feed on social media. So you know, I follow a lot of social media accounts in MMA. So we're gonna get a beat on what happened over the weekend by checking out just simply what's showing up in the feed. So don't forget that's going to be a fun little segment. We might get some news. Who knows? We might even see some news on there. Who knows? It's luck of the draw. Luck of the draw. So let's get into. Oh shit! I forgot that I was doing that new thing where I fucking show the chat. All right. What's it? Big and regular. All right. Let's keep it right there. All right. We got some MMA updates to get to. You know, there's a lot of shit that went down over the weekend. Fight announcements, events, everything but MMA happened this weekend. We had some wrestling go down, some boxing go down, some kickboxing, a bunch of shit went down. But no MMA. It was a tough week for us. But here we go. Let's get into it. Ilia Topuria releases a statement declaring that he won't fight in the first quarter of 2026. Yes. Ilia Topuria will not be fighting in the first 3 months of 2026. And we got some fight news, which made that seem confirmed. A lot of fight news that made that confirmed. All right, let's start with the first piece here. Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett is set for UFC 324. For any of those wondering when UFC 324 will be, that is January 24th. So that's easy to remember. 324 on Jan 24. That's going to be at T-Mobile Arena. Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett will be headlining the card. Otherwise on the card, Kayla Harrison, your women's bantamweight champion. That's right. The women's bantamweight champion fight against Amanda Nunes will be the co-main event to a non-title bout. The disrespect. The absolute fucking disrespect. To call this fucking card Gaethje versus Pimblett and to have the women's bantamweight title on the line in the co-main event on the same card when the main event is not for any sort of title, the disrespect is crazy to me. It's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy. That we're not even talking Conor McGregor here. We're not talking John Jones. We're not talking Brock Lesnar. We're talking Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje headlining over a title fight, a women's title fight. The only person I know that will be more upset about this than me is probably EKC Leiden. Because this is honestly, this is outrageous. I don't know why more people aren't pissed off about this. Like the sheer placement of fights on this card. The disrespect women have been getting on these UFC cards is very apparent now. And we didn't realize until we had seen Veronica Hardy start off a numbered event for like the 8th time or whatever it was. But this is crazy, man. That was crazy to hear. And then Sean O'Malley also finds himself on the card. So some good piece of news there. Sean O'Malley will be returning against Song Yadong in a bantamweight bout. We also have Waldo Cortez Acosta taking on Derek Lewis on that card. Arnold Allen taking on Jean Lord Silva, fighting nerds. Alexa Grasso taking on Rose Namajunas at women's flyweight. Umar Nurmagomedov taking on Davison Figueiredo at bantamweight. Bruh. UFC 324 on January 24th. Paramount Plus is fucking stacked. Stacked, boy. Did you hear what I just said to you? Did you hear all the names I just said? That was fucking crazy. It was leaking onto the prelims. That shit was crazy. I just said Grasso Namajunas, and that was the 6th fight I mentioned. That's crazy. That's going to be a fucking jam-packed card. I'm excited for that. But yeah, the disrespect to Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes. Our women's bantamweight GOAT is returning, and we're putting that on as a co-main to Justin Gaethje and Patty Pimblett. Put that in fucking perspective, please. Put it in perspective. It's fucking crazy. Former Bellator champion Yaroslav Amosov faces Neil Magny at UFC Vegas 112. Shout out to Neil Magny, always taking the hardest, toughest matchups possible. Shout out to my Haitian brother right there, because he ducks no smoke. Zero smoke. Neil Magny has never ducked smoke a day in his life. He's taking on Bellator champion, Ukrainian warrior, soldier, Yaroslav Amosov. Okay? In his first fight in the UFC. That's going to be a fucking banger. Neil Magny's a tough out, but I expect Yaroslav Amosov to win that. No offense to Neil Magny. I mean, that's a goddamn champ right there. He was undefeated for how long? And then some good piece of news over the weekend. REF had its third event, and it was headlined by Chad Mendes and Michael Chandler. And Michael Chandler defeats Chad Mendes 4-1. Size does matter. Chad Mendes used to be a featherweight. Michael Chandler has always been a lightweight. Maybe he fought at featherweight early in his career, but Michael Chandler, bona fide lightweight. So, he just got funky in there and mixed it up and did what he did. Michael Chandler with the win. Also, if you didn't notice, a lot of names you might not notice on the card that fought, but Caden Henschel defeated Clay Guida 11-0 by tech fall. And Pat Downey defeats Joaquin Buckley 12-0 by tech fall. This was a manhandling. Okay. Pat Downey just proved how many levels ahead in wrestling he is. I mean, if Kamaru Usman was doing that to Buckley, Pat Downey was about to do pretzels with this man. And Pat Downey picks him up. You see Joaquin Buckley. We might even see it on fucking social status later. But yeah, Pat Downey just slams Joaquin Buckley really emphatically. Shout out to Pat Downey, showing how good he is at wrestling. Fantastic performance from him. And Joaquin Buckley, even though he got manhandled in there, shout out to him too, man. It takes a lot to go out there and compete in a sport that isn't your number one. Obviously Joaquin Buckley is a striker. He needs to get better as his wrestling. He wanted to challenge himself, go against Pat Downey here, which is the hugest challenge that he could accept, especially in wrestling. So shout out to Joaquin Buckley. I'm not clowning you at all, brother. It was just funny to watch how that sequence played out. But yeah, Pat Downey did exactly what Pat Downey was supposed to do in there. And shout out to Joaquin Buckley for taking the bout and trying. Other news: Bo Nickel will meet Yoel Romero in RAF 4. So if you guys liked what happened over the weekend in that competition, we got some great matchups coming. I mean, Bo Nickel, Yoel Romero, both 185ers. So that's going to be fun to see. That's going to Cuban wrestling versus American wrestling, NCAA wrestling versus international wrestling, Olympic wrestling. We're about, Bo's Olympic too, but I can't wait to see that, man. That's going to be fun. And then also on that same card, Bilal Muhammad will be taking on title holder and two-time Olympic champ David Carr at RAF 4 on December 20th in Fishers, Indiana. So don't miss out on RAF 4, December 20th. That's going to be good in about 3 weeks from now. And then if you guys didn't get other news in UFC title bouts for 2025, we have a title on UFC 325, and it's Alexander Volkanovski defending his title against Diego Lopez for the second time in 2 years. Yeah, not the greatest. I know people were like, what? Why was this bout booked? We had Movsar Evloev, we had Lerone Murphy, we had Aljamain Sterling, which is why I'm wearing my Aljamain Sterling shirt for the stream. Aljo, I feel for you, brother. You did deserve this title shot. If it wasn't Evloev, if it wasn't Murphy with his beautiful finish over Aaron Pico. I mean, it seems that they're rewarding the talent that gets KOs over up-and-coming talent with titles. So, I mean, Diego Lopez, that bodes well for him. Does that bode well for who's at welterweight? Who just got a big win at welterweight? He didn't finish him. Would that mean Kamaru Usman? Would that mean Kamaru Usman at welterweight? I don't know. I mean, Morales finished Brady. Would that mean Morales? I don't know. Would that definitely mean Saryukin at lightweight? I know that. But yeah, I feel for Aljo. He deserved to get a title shot here, or one of those other two names. Even Volkanovski himself said this week, Movsar Evloev and Lerone Murphy were more deserving of a title shot than Diego Lopez. So words from the champ's mouth. So I'm not sure what the UFC was thinking with this one, but it is what it is. We're still going to get banger fights. I can't be mad at that. Cosmo Kramer in this piece. Cosmo says UFC 323 fight week. Let's fucking go, baby. Lazy said in the building. What up, Lazy? How you feeling, bro? It's a little Sunday fun day. A little F1 just started for you guys, for you F1 fans. I got money on Lando Norris. I got money on Oscar Piastri, and I got money on George Russell, just in case George Russell has some freak shit happen with a safety car, because last year he started in pole position and ended up losing to Max Verstappen. I feel like this is his get back year, so I had to throw a little money on him. But obviously, McLaren's been taking this whole year, so had to throw on both McLarens. I should win a little. I win the same amount on Piastri and Lando Norris, so I don't care who wins. Cosmo says, why is nobody talking about Sadiqov versus Zion this weekend? Banger. I just matter. That is a banger fight this weekend, man. Not a lot of people talking about it. Farizian, because he has been getting finishes too, Farizian. I mean, not in his last bout, but he knocked out Matt Favola with that knee. Made himself more exciting. He since got that decision over Mike Davis, a very tough prospect, but he hasn't been that exciting. So I guess it's been his side that has been numbing the response to the Sadiqov fight, because Sadiqov always a finisher. I mean, 10 out of his 11 wins by finish. It's unfair to see him to make this fight boring, which I expect him to. And Sadiqov's always going to try to make this fight interesting. So I expect that's why this fight's going under the radar. But Macy Barber's return, Terrence McKinney, Big Daddy Under, we like to call him. Big Daddy Under. Terrence McKinney fighting this weekend. T-Rex. Grant Dawson fighting Manuel Torres. I mean, bangers all around this weekend, too. This is probably one of the best cards of the year, if not the best card of the year. For me, we have Marvin Vettori, Bruno Fajeda, Edson Barbosa, the return of Jalen Turner. Guys, Henry Cejudo, Peyton Talbot, Brandon Moreno, Tatsura Taira. And then we have 2 title bouts. Buddy, I would not miss this weekend for anything. Not a damn thing. Okay? UFC 23 about to be a banger. Let's make some money, honey. Let's make some money. Cosmo says, funny fact, if you Google Sadiqov's name and the ESPN stock photo is RDA's face. That's weird. And then Jalen Turner back after an 8-month retirement and a religious awakening. I like the religious awakening. I don't like the 8-month retirement. Religious awakenings usually, they come back praising Jesus and shit. And, they get a nice decision win most of the time. And then, I got to give this win to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Yeah, expect that speech. that speech coming. But, yeah, I'm excited for this weekend, man. Lots of returns. Lots of long-awaited returns. Fun matchups. 2 title fights. What's not to like? What is not to like? Okay, but without further ado, let's talk about what actually happened this weekend. There was no MMA, so anybody looking for some MMA talk, you got to wait till the end of the stream for that. We got to talk boxing. We got to talk boxing, baby. And anyone that was in my stream on Saturday evening, afternoon, wherever it was, where you're at, had a great time, but we lost some money. I'm sorry. We did. It is what it is. But shout out to Ben Whittaker for putting on a fantastic 3 minutes. Ben Whittaker walks in and does exactly what he needs to do against Benjamin Gavazi. He puts these 2 things on him. Hard and fast. Okay? Ben Whittaker charged up those anime arms and swung them things at Benjamin Gavazi. And he couldn't take the blows. He played it patient at the beginning, jabbing to the body, to the head, to the body, to the head. Little hook here and there, setting his traps. And then right after, when there was 1 minute left in the round, he unleashed a combo of strikes that put Benjamin Gavazi on his back. Fight over. What a flurry from Ben Whittaker. It was over as soon as he hit it was over before he hit the mat. What am I saying? Ben Whittaker proves that he is the hottest prospect at Matchroom. He's the best thing going on DAZN. Ben Whittaker is excitement in boxing, and that's what boxing needs. Because everything else that I saw on that card was not it, my friend. It was not it. It just wasn't. Ben Whittaker at light heavyweight is excitement. He wins the silver championship at light heavy. I don't even know, bro. We're not even going to talk about what type of championship that was because they gave him a belt. Okay, they gave him a belt, and that's what matters at light heavyweight. And the names at light heavyweight for Ben Whittaker in the future, not now, in the future. Let's slow play this. But the names for him, they sound great, man. I mean, Zerto, David Benavidez, Dimitri Bivol, Artur Beterbiev. Holy. Ben Whittaker, you got some fun fights in your future. Now, not now. I'm not even saying 2026, maybe not even 2027. Maybe 2010, like late 2027. But let's get you a couple more fights in there against some guys that should give you some resistance at least to see how your gas tank lasts in a full 10, 12er. And then we get you against this type of talent. And then we have some real fun. But Ben Whittaker, he's the only prospect I care about in boxing right now. Inoue is not a prospect. Any other names you're saying? They're not prospects. If you said Jake Paul, okay, prospect. But Ben Whittaker, he's the best upcoming talent. He is. He's the most fun. He's got the best style. He's a showman. He gets finishes. He proves he could come back from adversity. He's got it all, man. He's got it all. And he's got culture. He's got the anime weaves behind him. He's got the hardcore boxing fans behind him. He's got England behind him. His star's going to shine, man. His star's going to shine. Shout out to Ben Whittaker. Shout out to Ben Whittaker. Shout out to Matchroom for putting on a fantastic main event. Not a good card. Fantastic main event. Because we got what we wanted. We got to finish. We got to finish. Cosmo Kramer says ayahuasca ruined Wilder's career. Yeah, so elsewhere on the card, we got some upsets, man. Tom Cowling defeats Aaron Bowen by split decision, 95-94, 95-95, 93-96. Aaron Bowen, supposedly a really solid prospect. This was supposed to be his coming out party. Power in his hands, 6 KO wins. Or was it 4? Who cares? It doesn't matter anymore. Has a terrible outing. Tom Cowling showed up to win this fight from the very first bell. Tom Cowling went in there and boxed. He did what he did well. Tom Cowling went in there. I think he had 14 wins and only 4 of them by KO. 10 decision wins. And Tom Cowling got in his face, pushed him back, boxed him up, made him doubt himself in rounds 1 and 2, stole the early rounds, had Aaron Bowen winging wild shots, Aaron Bowen wasn't even boxing for the first 4 rounds. He was brawling. I seen better fights at the bar in my town than Aaron Bowen in the first 4 rounds. No cap. No cap. Parking lot. We keep gloves in the trunk. Me and my boys have gotten out and boxed people with the gloves in our trunk in our town, okay? I've seen better competition than what I've seen from Aaron Bowen in rounds 1 through 4. That was terrible. I don't know what he was doing in rounds 1 through 4, but he woke up in round 5 because he put his power on Tom Cowling and dropped his ass. Dropped him good. Landed a flurry of strikes, put him down, tried to get in there and finish him off, but lost his gas. And didn't have enough gas to put enough power to finish Tom Cowling in the last 4 rounds of this fight, because the rest of the rounds belong to Tom Cowling. I don't know what these scores were with the 95-94, 95-95. I thought it was 9 rounds to 1 Cowling to Bowen. These judges were being generous because I didn't see Aaron Bowen fighting with any spirit besides round 5. That was the only round I gave to Aaron Bowen. Tom Cowling fought a great fight. Shout out to Tom Cowling. He absolutely deserved that win, and you deserved a unanimous win, sir. They gave you a split. At least they gave you your W, but you deserved a unanimous win. And Aaron Bowen, I'm sorry to say it, but that star drops, and it not only drops, it plummets, dude. That was a terrible performance. That was terrible. That is not at all what you want to see out of your prospect. You'd at least want to see them come out in the beginning and look good. We'll get more on that in the next bout that we talk about, but Aaron Bowen needs to get back in that gym, work on a lot of things. I don't know if it was the gas tank. I don't know if it was the bright lights. I don't know if him having so many people in attendance got to him. I know when fighters have a fight in their hometown and a lot of people are asking them for tickets and all these other factors, it weighs heavy on them. I know he's a young fighter, yes, but this was absolutely an opportunity for him to shine against an opponent that couldn't put him out, and he dropped the ball here. That was a terrible performance. Absolute plummet in his ranking. Cameron Vuong versus Gavin Gwynn ends in a majority draw, 95-95, 95-95, 97-93. At least we got to see Cameron Vuong come out strong in this fight. But Cameron Vuong did not deserve to get a draw out of this fight. Gavin Gwynn deserved to get a win. Gavin Gwynn came out and absolutely lost the first 3 rounds because Cameron Vuong was more agile, was the better boxer, L-stepped, circled out, kept his combos quick, and then got off his line. Cameron Vuong was doing exactly what Ben Davison wanted him to do in the first 3, possibly 4 rounds. But the problem is that a style like Gavin Gwynn coming at you, forehead, hands up, like a marauder, looking like a boxing Diaz. He looked just like Nick and Nate Diaz in there. Did he not? The profile, even the haircut, the way he carried himself, the way he boxed, the way he threw his jab, the pace he put on Cameron Vuong. Did he not look like Nate Diaz? He looked like Nate Diaz to me. But Gavin Gwynn dirty boxed the shit out of him. Used his weight, pushed him back, put him against the ropes, used his volume, boxed him the fuck up. From rounds 4 on, we're Gavin Gwynn. From rounds 4 on, we're Gavin Gwynn. I possibly gave Vuong rounds 9 and 10. Maybe he got those last 2 because he started to fight back and push back and meet him in the center. And they probably landed equal there, maybe 2 10-10 rounds there. But Gavin Gwynn was putting it on Cameron Vuong for 6 straight rounds. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Round 10 was pretty even. Round 9 was pretty even. Okay, maybe 5 straight rounds. But Gavin Gwynn absolutely deserved to win this fight, man. And I feel for him because he lost the first fight in a controversial decision. Cameron Vuong won that one by split. And then he loses this draw in which we absolutely thought he won this one. And there could be a trilogy, absolutely, to bring it even. But do we need it? Is the problem. Eddie Hearn, I know, was campaigning for it. He's kind of shit talking Cameron Wong there at the end there. I didn't like that by the promoter. It is what it is. It's his promotion. He could do what the fuck he wants with it. That's Eddie Hearn, 6'7". Do what the fuck you want, baby dog. But yeah, I absolutely just thought Gavin Gwynn deserved to win that belt. Unfortunately, these judges were just being a little iffy. And then Molly McCann defeats Ebony Cotton by points 58-56. Not the performance that we wanted to see out of Molly McCann. She did win handily. She did cut her opponent, got her bloodied, but we expect a finish out of Molly McCann on a girl like this. I mean, Ebony Cotton 1-0, no finishes. Went in there, didn't look great, but just kept her energy up and kept coming forward. And Molly McCann just didn't have the power to put her down. Never even dropped her in this bout. I don't even think the cut was from punches. I believe that was from a clash of heads. So Molly McCann, big win for her. She goes to 2-0, 1 KO, 1 decision win. Shout out to her, big win there, but not the greatest performance. I'd like to have seen her shut her out, especially this early in her career. She should be really making statements with these early performances, as we've been accustomed to seeing in boxing. This is not me shitting on Molly McCann. This is me saying that you need to be accelerating your career at the big old age of 30. What is she, 36? Molly McCann? If she's truly talking about getting titles and fighting the best of the best in boxing, I mean, she is 35. So decision wins against 1-0 fighters in which you edged it out by 2 points. It's not what we want to see this early in your career. So definitely need to see a better performance out of Molly McCann. She got the win, and that's what's the most important. So good to her on that. But next time out, we want to see her come out with a little bit more fury. Maybe she liked her opponent. That nip slip at the weigh-ins might have affected the way she wanted to take her out, because it looked like at first she wanted to take her out, and then that nip slip happened. She got her laughing, and then Molly has that performance. So you never know. But shout out to Molly McCann. She got that win. And then on the prelims, Ibrahim Suleiman defeats Nico Abedi by TKO round 6, 1 minute and 52 seconds. Shout out to Suleiman on that big win. Everybody expected him to get a win. This was a surprise bout that ended up being a very good bout. Suleiman looked long and strong, jabbed him up, finished with combo, won the fight. Zayfa Barrett defeats Liam Dillon by points, 78-74, and Alfie Middlemiss defeats Engel Gomez by points, 60-54. And that does it for Ben Whittaker versus Benjamin Gavazi. All right. Iowa. Oh yeah, you said that. All right. Let's go on to. Let me get a sip of water. Let's go on to our other boxing event of the weekend. Lorenzo Parra was supposed to fight Elijah Pierce this weekend. That bout didn't happen. The bout was canceled after the weigh-ins, unfortunately. So maybe we get this fight in the future. I'm not sure. I was fully expecting Elijah Pierce to get the decision win here. Unfortunately, these things happen. We've seen it happen before in boxing. This is nothing new. Excuse me. So hopefully both those guys are okay, get their health in order, and are able to bring this bout into fruition sometime in early 2026. But for now, we wait. But the card still went on. Yes, it did. And it was headlined now by the co-main event, which was Lazaro Lorenzana and Luis Arias. And unfortunately, Luis Arias loses by decision to Lazaro Lorenzana, 100-90, 99-91, 98-92. This was almost a shutout. It might have been a shutout. Luis Arias trying to power punch. It didn't work out for him. Lazaro Lorenzana just staying busy, keeping his jab, hit him with a power punch every third or fourth strike. Did his job and won the bout handily and completely. Shout out to Lazaro Lorenzana. Big win. Emmanuel Himuel Pacquiao Jr. defeats Brandon Lally by, this bout ended in majority draw, 39-37, 38-38, 38-38. It's early in his career, man. So these things are going to happen, especially when there's even rounds. There's not enough rounds to go by. Shit happens. It's a draw. Terry Washington defeats Ricardo Astulvica by unanimous decision, 100-90 across the board. Jose Russell Regalado defeats Saleto Henderson by TKO, round 6, 3 minutes. Michael Bracamontes defeats William King by unanimous decision, 80-74, 79-73, 79-73. On the prelims, Javier Zamaron defeats Alejandro Meniano via unanimous decision, 80-71, 79-72, 77-74. Rodrigo Mascara defeats Brian Domingo via unanimous decision, 40-36, 39-37, 39-37. And Sheldon Payne defeats Adil Gadzia via majority decision, 39-37, 39-37, 38-38. And that does it for the boxing coverage this weekend. It wasn't a lot of fights this weekend, man. Just some wrestling, some boxing. Also, no fighter spotlight this week. It was going to be Molly McCann, but I can't do a fighter spotlight on a performance like that. I can't. It just don't make no damn sense. So I can't do it. No fighter spotlight this week. There will absolutely be a fighter spotlight this week. Okay? Whether it's Peyton Talbot, Macy Barber. I already did Sadiqov. I already did Terrence McKinney. Jalen Turner, Muhammad Naimov. I already did Grant Dawson. Manuel Torres. If Manuel Torres defeats Grant Dawson, that's a possibility. There's a lot of fighter spotlight possibilities. I think I did Tatsuro Taira as well. So, yeah. Joshua Van I did as well. So if you haven't checked out that fighter spotlight, I did a fighter spotlight on a lot of these fighters on this card. So if you guys want to check out any, learn any more about any of these fighters' career, go down to my page, One More Round Fights, scroll down to the fighter spotlight section, go check them out. I've highlighted their entire careers to this point. Okay. So go check those fighter spotlights out. I guess let's talk about the rest of the boxing slate, shall we? And then we'll get into some fun stuff. December 6th in San Antonio, PBC pay-per-view on Prime. We have Lamont Roach versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz headlining for the vacant WBC interim junior welterweight title. Okay. Also on the card, we have Amanuli taking on Laura. I think Alim Kanuli is going to win that fight. We have Oshaki Foster and Stephen Fulton Jr. I'm rocking with my dog, Stephen Fulton Jr. We have Jesus Ramos Jr. taking on Shane Mosley. I feel like Jesus Ramos Jr. going to get that KO. Frank Martin, Hanses Barthélemy. Frank Martin might be angry. He's coming off a KO. He needs a big win over a 40-year-old Rances Barthélemy. December 6th in Monte Carlo, Monaco, on DAZN. Shabaz Masoud taking on Peter Grail, 12 rounds at junior featherweight. Also, title fight between Beatriz Ferreira and Alif Nur Tuhan. 10 rounds, Ferreira's IBF women's lightweight title. Also on the card, Hugo McAuliffe and Sean McComb, 10 rounds of junior welterweight. Also, Jai Opetaia taking on Huseyin Cinkara, Broadbeach, Australia, a title fight. 12 rounds for Opetaia's IBF cruiserweight title. All three of those are this weekend, guys. December 6th, all three. Okay? December 12th in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, title fight between Kubrat Pelev and Murad Gaziev, 12 rounds for Pulov's WBA regular heavyweight title. December 13th in Stockton, California. Stockton, motherfucker. On DAZN, Diego Pacheco taking on Kevin Lele Sajo. Also on the card, Sky Nicholson. Shout out to Sky Nicholson. Ramon Cardenas also on the card. Gabriel Flores Jr. taking on Joe Cordina on the card. Big fights. December 13th has a trio of cards. Badu Jack, Eric Rosa. Don't forget about the December 19th Miami Netflix card between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. 8 rounds at heavyweight. Also, December 19th, Lawrence Okoli and David Adelia on that card on DAZN. And December 27th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on DAZN. Naoya Inoue returns and defends his undisputed junior featherweight championship. So don't forget to check that out. Okay? And that's our news and boxing. Guys, it's time to debut a new segment. Okay? And I like to call this segment Social Status. And what we do on Social Status is we take a look on social media and we take a look at what's going down. So let's take a look, shall we? Oh, I don't know if you guys follow Georgiopoulos and Muggsy, but apparently a little wrestling scuffle happened backstage at RAF. No? Is this real? Did this really happen? Or am I tripping? I feel like it really happened. But I feel like nobody, like, maybe it's staged because I feel like people would break it up by now. They're all just back there staring. It's two wrestlers. But then again, we've seen that at WWE. Georgiopoulos, that if you guys don't know him, he's that guy that he's like, I'll give you $1,000 if you could take me down. And apparently no one's taking him down, but we've seen him kind of getting taken down once. I don't know if that guy got his money. And then Muggsy, just one of the best social media wrestlers out there. He has a very good following. He knows how to, market himself really well. He's a solid wrestler as well. He promotes youth wrestling. So shout out to Muggsy, shout out to Giorgio, both of these guys. Didn't see. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess they're because I seen this on both their channels, so they must just have been messing around. Yeah, here's Muggsy. I don't know what he's doing. Oh shit! No, I didn't see that on the card. No, hold up. Now I gotta switch to this. Hold up. I gotta look at UFC 324 real quick. Is he trolling? He has to be trolling. He has to be trolling, right? Because I don't see that as a fight on there. What does it say? It says, thanks for all the love, support, and memes. Fuck the hate, coming to get my revenge on the big cheater. Full reaction on my YouTube tonight. He's got, okay. I see. So he's trolling? I thought this was confirmed. I was like, wait a second. Are we getting this? All right, he's trolling. I don't think that's real. You tell me if it's real, Lazy. See the goggles? Okay, it's just a meme. All right, good. Because I'm like, wait, what? All right, I don't know who this dude is. I think he just popped up in my shit. What else we got in here? Let's see. Money Mac TV. Who the fuck is that? We got a little Merab Dvalishvilli in here. The first UFC fighter I ever met was Merab. See, Merab's just fucking out in the wild. Yo, Merab with fucking side quests, bro. Merab's always on some side quest shit. Dakota's disposables. Dakota's all over my fucking. She's all over my feed right now. I'm trying to see some MMA shit. This is going terribly. Let's see. What else we got? Let's refresh. Maybe that's what's going on there. Let's refresh. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Nickel versus Romero, December 20th, 7 p.m. Eastern. Fisher's Event Center in Indiana. That's gonna be good. It says light heavyweight championship. Yo, isn't this interesting how the UFC just lets these guys go do grappling shit, but they can't do striking stuff? Like, that's so interesting to me. Like, why can you go do that stuff, but you can't go box? But you can go wrestle, whereas equal chance of injury. You could get slammed on your arm and fucking dislocate it. Yeah, like a whole bunch of shit can happen in grappling, which is why I don't understand why they just let you go do whatever the fuck you want. But it is what it is. Oh, here we go. UFC Korea. Oh, remember this KO with the nice knee coming up the middle here? Watch this shit. Gah! Ends his fucking day. He knew it too. Once that shit landed, he's like, I don't need no follow-up strikes, big dog. Ain't no follow-up strikes coming up here. Look at this. Clean. Ready? Just walked away. Skipped away even. Skipped away from my boy Carlos Pradas. Skipped. Oof. Look at that. Oof. Look at that. And then look at it. Oh, we're getting a Carlos Pradas fucking. Oh, I forgot about that one over Jeff Neal. I forgot about that spinning elbow over Jeff Neal. That one was nice. That one was nice. Woo! Carlos Pradas, you a dog. You a dog. What else we got in here? Oh, the Neil. Why you gotta do my boy Neil Magny like that? That kind of looked like some performance art there. We're gonna skip over that one. That one wasn't that clean, kicking the mouthpiece and shit. Like it looked so glancing, but I guess that shit landed. What else? Oh, the leech. No, not the leech. This one was brutal. Ugh. And made him come back up for some more too. Made him come back up just a giddoosh right down the middle. Oh Lord. Ugh. No leech. No leech. Get out of there. Somebody save him. No. No. Oh, no. Leech. No. Somebody call his mom. No. No. Leech, run. Run. He's going to take your soul, Leech. He's going to take. No. No, Leech. Why? The carnage. What else we got in here? Oh, Contender Series action. I don't even remember this guy. Does this guy ever get a second bout after this? He fucking turned him off. That looked like the slow shutdown where you hold the button on Windows and then it like kind of slowly shuts down everything for you and then turns itself off rather than just immediately shutting off when you hold it. You know what I mean? That's what that looked like. I didn't know this was going to turn into a Carlos Pradas highlight reel. This is crazy. UFC Korea is showing some Pradas love, and then my boy Trevin Giles, police officer Trevin Giles, about to take an L from probably a criminal. Yeah. Oh, man. Trevin Giles. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's straight left. Nobody sees it coming, but it's coming, baby. Leon Edwards didn't see it neither, but that shit coming, dog. God damn. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lord. Oh, that was rough. That was rough. Oh, new man. Oh, here we go. Like I said, the Pat Downey takedown. Oh, this is probably gonna be all Joaquin Buckley highlights since this is on his gram. I don't think he's gonna show himself getting picked up like a kid on here. But like I said, Joaquin Buckley did some great work over at RAF this week. I mean, he got out there, competed, showed that he could Sup, Lazy Cosmo? What up, Danger Mouse? How you feeling, bro? Grappling wins won't earn you millions. I know that's right. What else we got? We got some. Oh, what is this? What is this? We're not here for food. We're here for MMA. We're here for MMA. What else we got in here? How the title conversations with Boldy went. BMF, KO Gagey, former champ, beat Dustin. 5-fight win streak, number one contender. No, I beat Bobby King Green. I'm retiring if I don't get a title shot. Holy fuck, these kids are special. Give them a title shot. Is that what's happening? Is Gagey versus Pimblett for a title? Because if it's for a title, okay, put it ahead of Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes. But if it's just a number one contender bout, what the fuck are we doing? And as it's shown here, it's not for a title. It's not showing that it's for a title. I don't see a little C, but hey. Yeah. Oh, an interim. Here we go. An interim. All right, we will get an interim bout. That's crazy. That is crazy. Armand's not getting a title shot. That's even crazier. That's even crazier than putting Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes on the co-main of a non-title bout. Not putting Armand for a title shot and putting Patty Pimblett and Justin Gagey. That's crazy work. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy work, UFC. Crazy work. Crazy fucking work. What else we got in here? What else we got? Memes are. Got more food. I'm a fat ass, guys. I think you know this. Okay, here we go. What is this? Islam Makachev's lone. Oh no! Don't show me Islam getting knocked out. Why is my feet got Islam getting knocked out? I swear I'm not an Islam hater. I swear I'm not an Islam hater. I love Islam. I don't know why this shit just showed up. I don't know why this shit just showed up. That ain't me, dog. That ain't me. Oh, here we go. Oh wait, this is the Michael Chandler versus Chad Mendes stuff right here. Look at this. Nice scramble. Nice scramble. But Chandler gets on top. He's just got the weight advantage and does the same thing back to him. Gets a point right there. You know what I mean? It was just, Michael Chandler. Look at him die for those legs. He didn't even need to. He was deep. He had the positional advantage. Just Michael Chandler doing it at 39. Big old age of 39. Shout out to Michael Chandler, bro. What else we got over here? Some random accounts. You finally have a page dedicated to athletes in flow state. Look at Izzy cooling off fucking Gastelum right there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, this is some shit I should have on my feed. Look at him piecing up Brunson. You ready, Brunson? Eat that 8-piece combo, big dog. There you go. There you go. Eat, ooh. And there it is. Fight over. Ooh. And there it is. Fight over. That's it. Yup. Goddamn. And then this is worse. Please don't show the hump at the end. Don't show the hump on my dog. Please don't do it. Don't show the hump on Paulo Costa. Please, no. Okay, they didn't do it. Bobby Whittaker, this one was tough to watch. Remember when Whittaker took that hellacious L? I was at the main event in Farmingdale watching this fight with a few of my boys. I remember. Poetan, this one's in my highlights. I love this one. I was with Luke when this one happened. I ran an anime walk off the fucking wall. That's how excited I was when Izzy got that KO. That shit was awesome, bro. That shit was awesome. More food because I'm a fat fuck. Okay. Here we go. UFC 323 could be the best card for underdogs. Barbosa plus 200 against the post-retirement Turner. That should be noted. I love that. Sadiqov at plus 114 with ZM. We're always on Sadiqov. He's in the parlay. Don't worry. I got y'all. Torres at plus 180 against Grant Dawson. I like that. And Guskov minus 106 against a 42-year-old Jan Blachowicz. Yes. I love all these points, baby. I love all of these points. What do we got? Woodley reacts to Dana White saying Kamaru's the welterweight go. Who cares, bro? Who cares? Well, we got some Marab highlights. Okay, Marab, UFC Korea is showing some love. Some Marab highlights. Okay, what we got here? It's going to be him wrestling. Okay, some more Marab wrestling. Not the best highlights, UFC Korea. Okay, this one's not bad. Pick him up like a baby, bring him over to his corner, and slam his ass down. Okay, all right, I like that. All right, kicking O'Malley. This isn't bad either. Okay. Oh, this is the best highlight right here when he's smacking up Umar and then taking him down at will and then pointing at him and then fucking showboating like a fucking king. Let's go, Marab. Let's fucking look at this fucking guy. Look at Marab. Look at Marab. Look at this fucking guy. I love him. I love him so much. God damn, Marab. And then the sub over O'Malley is finished. Oh, look at this beautiful fucking Anaconda Darce. Fucking yes. Yes. Neck crank at this point. Yes. 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 North, south his ass. Whatever it was. I don't know. And then the latest and greatest, baby. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Y'all must have forgot. That's my fucking dog, Marab. Oh, shit. For some reason, Jack Della Maddalena's wife just popped up on my page. Let's check out their life. Okay, they're eating pizza. Okay, that's nice. If you guys don't follow Michelle Della Maddalena, I guess I should follow now, right? All right. They went to the mall. They're having fries and such, taking a walk. Nice normal life for the former champ Jack Della Maddalena. She looks just like her dad. That's so cute. Look at that. I like that shirt. Back home. All right. Living life with the team. He has the same haircut as his pops. Look at that. Look at that haircut. That haircut is unmistakable right there. I know you see it. Can you see my mouse going across? Oh, you can't. I don't think. Oh, well. I know you see it. Okay. By the pool, ducks and shit or whatever. All right. Very nice. Very nice. What else we got in here? Fuck you, Rockstar Games. Bring out GTA. What else we got? Shepe Machine Gun. I don't follow Shepe. What the hell? You following Shepe, bro? Following Shepe. Oh, Amanda Waller. Oh, I mean Wellmaker. That's Malcolm Wellmaker's wife as well. She's also an MMA fighter. Oh, look, they toured Times Square there. That's beautiful. Yeah, Wellmaker didn't get the biggest win. Ended up taking an L there, but getting to see the city. So shout out to him. Oh shit, coach of wow, that was really funny to see back to back. But yeah, I forgot his name already. What the fuck is his name? Ian, Cody. Fuck, how did I forget his name already, bro? This is terrible. Forgot his name already. I literally covered the event. I was there in the building. God, I'm such an asshole. Ethan Ewing. Shout out to Ethan Ewing here and his coach, Coach Roy Ball. Yeah, shout out to both of them. What else we got here? We're gonna go through a few more before we get out of here. Liam Badco. I don't know who that is. All right, this girl that ate fruit and died. Kyle Dawkins. How do I not follow Kyle Dawkins? He said to all my ops. What is he saying here? To all my ops. Wait, what? What the fuck just happened? Okay. Yeah, that fruit chick keeps popping up. Hold on.
Run.
He said to all my ops, run. That's actually fucking hilarious. All right. Welterweight title lineage. Let's go through it, shall we? Pat Miletich, 1998 to 2001. A little history. Defeats Mikey Barnett at UFC Brazil. October 16, 1998 to win the UFC welterweight title. After which, we go to Charles Newton in 2001. He defeats Pat Miletich by submission with a bulldog choke at UFC 31. Matt Hughes wins it. Goes on a 3-year title reign. Wins it at UFC 34. BJ Penn in 2004 defeats Matt Hughes. Matt Hughes gets it back. He defeats GSP at UFC 50. GSP then beats Matt Hughes by TKO and goes on a 2-year title reign before losing to Matt Serra after that Ultimate Fighter in the first round, UFC 69. Then GSP wins it back. He defeats Hughes to win the interim title at UFC 79 after Serra got his ass kicked completely and utterly. And retains by stopping Serra. Carlos Condit gets an interim belt against Nick Diaz and comes back to fight. Then Johnny Hendricks defeats Robbie Lawler. Wait, why are we missing? Oh, because GSP comes back and fights Johnny Hendricks. I see. Johnny Hendricks defeats Robbie Lawler at 171. Then Robbie Lawler. Wait, no, they didn't show GSP getting the title. What the fuck? They skipped a whole thing in the lineage. Wait. Oh, okay. They had it at the end of Carlos. GSP vacated the title when he decided to take time off, but they skipped the fight with Johnny Hendricks and everything. That's crazy. And then they just go to Johnny Hendricks defeating Robbie Lawler. Like they don't mention the fight with, okay, whatever. Johnny Hendricks, then Robbie Lawler defeats Hendricks at 181. He's the champ for a while. He defeats Rory, Carlos Condit. Then Tyler Woodley knocks him out at UFC 201. Then Colby gets an interim title against Dos Anjos. Then Kamaru defeats Woodley at UFC 235. Then Leon Edwards gets the head kick knockout over Kamaru Usman at UFC 278. Then defends it against him at UFC 286. Bilal Muhammad defeats Leon Edwards at UFC 304, in which Leon just never shows up. Then Jack Della Maddalena beats Bilal Muhammad, which Bilal Muhammad doesn't wrestle. And then Islam Makhachev defeats Jack Della Maddalena. You got a full history at welterweight, and we just scrolling social media. Look at that. All right, seeing some skating shit. You know, I'm into some skate shit. You already know. Some more food shit. I'm a fat ass. I know. Leave me alone. Lupi Godinez. Which we got with Lupi Godinez here. Just showing some cage photos. Interesting. Okay, shout out to Lupi Godinez. What else we got? Right overhand, rear teep, and jab. Little striking videos. All right, I'll fucking follow. Why not? Oof. Oh, Lord. Oh, right across the chin of Khalil. Look at that shit. That was gorgeous. Fake the right overhand, made him block high, throws the teep, and then right as Khalil tries to counter, he splits his timing, throws his left straight with the jab right down the middle. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Great analysis there. And what else do we got here? Fight of the month, Wellmaker versus Ewing. Guys, is this cap? Fight of the month? Fight of the month? Fight of the month, UFC? This was 1 minute ago. They just posted this. Mind you guys, hold up. Mind you, on that very same card, we had Greg Rodriguez, Roman Kopilov. We had Bo Nickel, Rodolfo Vieira. We had Pat Sabatini and Shepe Mariscal. That was a fucking war. We had Fatima Klein and Angela Hill. Fatima Klein was styling on her. Best fight? Just last week on Saryuki and Hooker. They posted this a minute ago, not a week ago, guys. A minute ago. Just last week, we had Luke Riley, Bogdan Grad. We had a Sue Amabayev, Alex Perez in a comeback finish. Like, fight of the month? Let's go back to Bonfim Brown. Christian Leroy Duncan, Marco Tulio was a war. Charles Radke, Daniel Frunza was a war. Alan Nascimento, Cody Durden, Billy Elikana. No, actually, not that one. Not that one. Timothy Kwama and Li Ho Chang was a war. That was the fight of the month. Not your title fight between Islam Makhachev, Jack Della Maddalena. Okay. No, I'm just checking. I'm just checking. I'm just checking. Just want to make sure. In other news, Charles moved down in the rankings and Loner Kavanaugh moves up. Honestly, yeah, what are we doing? That's crazy. Loner Kavanaugh moves up from being unranked to 15. Charles Johnson moves down to 13 after beating so many tough guys. That's damn, bro. Shout out to Charles Johnson. Shout out to Charles Johnson. Stop. Whoever, Tree Rat MMA, I'm not giving you a follow because that actually I'm going to because this is actually funny. But to ask, fuck this guy to move down to 155 against Killian Sal Killed, who just killed another motherfucker. No, stop it. Why is Jelly Roll on my fucking feed? Okay. And then the Zone Boxing, Stevie Levy gets the stoppage. The Morales, Sean Brady KO. I'm gonna go through one or two more of these, and then we're gonna cut this. Oh, stank, do the stanky leg, do the stanky leg. God damn. All right. What the fuck is this? Oh, bro, that confused me. I was like, what the fuck is this? Yep. What the fuck is this? Jake Paul in 2012. Jeez Louise. Anthony Joshua won the Olympic gold medal in boxing, but I won my local, very competitive wrestling tournament. I was the best out of all 6 wrestlers that showed up. We are not the same. Let's see the second photo. All right. Ooh. Duval Pierre. I like this. Brother. You earned a follow. We share a last name. We might be relatives. And then I don't know what the fuck this is. And last but not least, oh Lord, why do we got to see KG do this to Poirier? Why? UFC Espanol, why did you do this to me? No. It's Dustin Poirier. Show some respect. How dare you? All right, let's see the flip. Oh no, you didn't do the flip. Wow. All right. And last but not least, since Movsar and Lopez fought, here's what both did. Lopez fought 7 times and will be 8. 1-6 against 3 ranked opposition. Evloev fought 2 times. Last in 2024, both close decisions against 2 ranked opposition. Evlov deserves it, but the more he waits, the worse it is. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's it for the social media segment, guys. That's it for social status. I just want to drop in, show a little love, see what was going on in the space. Appreciate you guys for hanging out, seeing what's going down. Maybe we'll do this more. If you guys liked it, we'll do it more. If not, it is what it is. But we had to kill some time this week. I figured I'd debut it. I'd debut it, see what's going down. But let's talk about this coming week, shall we? Because we got a few cards to talk about, and I'm going to have more than a few names for you. Okay. So let's talk about UFC 323. Merab Dvalishvilli, Nazim Siddiqov. Hello, Long Island parlay. That's probably my two-legger. That's going to be the one more round parlay. Nazim Siddiqov, Merab Dvalishvilli. That's probably going to be it. You don't got to wait. You could probably get it the best odds right the fuck now. That's going to be my parlay. I'm telling you this. Now, do with it as you wish. That's the parlay. The high risk, we're going to work on it. But a couple names I kind of like. I like Alexandre Pantoja to remain the champ. Joshua Van, very young, has plenty of time, has had some close wars, has had a few mistakes that I could definitely see Alexandre Pantoja exploit. I would love to see Joshua Van become the champion. I just don't think this is the right opponent to see him do so. But his time's coming very soon. Brandon Moreno, I like Brandon Moreno. I like him to get a win over Tatsuro Tada. I like Brandon Moreno here. I never go against Brandon Moreno. So he'll probably be in the high risk since I don't have enough room in the regular parlay. So he'll probably be there. I like Peyton Talbot to beat Henry Cejudo. Terrible matchup for Henry Cejudo. His wrestling has not been up to par as of late. He hasn't been up to par as of late. Peyton Talbot just showed that he could learn from his mistakes, showed that he's a great striker, showed a lot of new wrinkles in his game. I like Peyton Talbot to keep the train rolling. And I like Grant Dawson against Manuel Torres. We've seen Manuel Torres be able to get stifled by grappling. That's what Grant Dawson does. If he doesn't get caught in the first 5 minutes, he will win this fight by grappling decision. And yeah, those are the names I got for you for UFC 323. Obviously, we'll be going way more in depth once we do our UFC 323 CP units on Friday. So don't forget to come on by for that. If you're wondering how many fights will be on that card, most likely it will be one. Is Jalen Turner in the game? I can't remember. If so, one. I think Kareem Silva is in the game now. So two. I don't think Grant Dawson's in the game. It might be 6 fights, yo. It might be 6 fights. It could be 5 or 4, but it might be 6 fights. If Jalen Turner isn't in the game, it's 5 fights. If Kareem Silva isn't in the game, it's 4 fights. But if not, then Macy Barber, Kareem Silva will start off the card. And then if Grant Dawson isn't in the game, yeah. So we'll see. It could be a long one. We might have to break it up in 2, maybe 3 parts. I don't know. CP units is getting crazy, though. It's getting a little crazy. Maybe I shouldn't have asked for all these new fighters to get added to the game because it's getting tough to keep up. I'm not going to lie. PFL MENA 4 is going to be happening this weekend as well. I got you 4 names. 4 names. All right. You ready? Muhammad Al-Akra, Giannis Gamori, Hatan Al-Saif, Naras Abzak. Okay? Muhammad Al-Akra, Giannis Gamori, Hatan Al-Saif, Naras Abzak. That's my 4 names I'm giving out. PFL MENA 4. We might do a watch along. We'll see how it conflicts with the schedule of the weekend. And depending on how things go, you might even see some new upgrades to the channel. So we'll see what happens. Don't forget, you might even see a super chat ability pop up by then. So we'll see what happens. PFL MENA 4 might be a big stream for us. So guys, don't miss out on this weekend. We're going to have multiple streams across both channels. Main card minute, 1 more round fights. Don't miss out. If you're not a fan of both, scan these QR codes. Okay? Scan the motherfuckers, dog. I got some picks on Lamont Roach Jr. versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Are you ready? Roach decision. Keep in mind, Roach has 15 decision wins. Okay. He stood in there with Gervonta Davis. He can beat Isaac Pitbull Cruz. And keep in mind that Isaac Pitbull Cruz has 3 losses by decision. All 3 of his losses are by decision. If you can box well, stay on the outside, absorb his power punches, circle off, you're going to beat Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Lamont Roach for the win. I like Stephen Fulton Jr. to beat O'Shaquie Foster. I like him to beat O'Shaquie Foster. He's fought way better competition. The only person that's beaten him is Inoue, and it was by knockout. I don't see O'Shaquie Foster knocking out Stephen Fulton. When it's straight boxing, Fulton's always the better boxer. And Foster's lost by decision multiple times and has fought to a draw. So I like Fulton by decision. I'm rolling with my dog Fulton. Ramos is taking on Mosley Jr. I like Ramos by TKO. He has 19 of his 23 wins by KO. Mosley doesn't really have power. I think he has a few knockout wins, but not a lot. He does have a 77-inch reach to Ramos's 72-inch reach, but I don't think he has the power to keep Ramos off of him. So I think late Ramos just eventually catches him, gets the KO. Mosley's never been KO'd, though. That's the problem here. He's only lost by decision. So, but I think Ramos could get it done. I do. That's going to be a tough fight to call. I'm not going to be putting that in any parlays. It'll probably be like a Roach Fulton's fight to go to the decision, and then like Martin by money line, because I'm not sure how Martin gets it done. I think Martin gets it done by TKO though, because Barthelemy 39. Martin's coming off a KO loss to Gervonta Tank Davis. He's going to want to get his hands on somebody. Keep in mind, 12 of his 18 wins are by KO. So yeah, he's going to want to get one back. I think Frank Martin's going to get a TKO win here. So those are my 4 picks. Roach by decision, Fulton by decision, Ramos by TKO, Martin by TKO. And those are my Lamont Roach Jr. versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz picks. Cheers to Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse is talking PFL. Dakota is in camp in Thailand. She wants to sharpen up her striking. Okay. Her not being able to put away Sumiko Inaba, even though it was the injury, I guess she really thinks she should sharpen up her striking, even though that's the best part of her game. It is what it is. You know, I hand it to her. Jai Opetaia is taking on Huseyin Cinkara. Couple things to note in this fight. I know Cinkara is 19-0, all that stuff, right? But keep in mind that Cinkara is 40 years old. He's 40, even though he's undefeated. He's a 40-year-old man. Okay, and even his last few opponents, they were good. They weren't great. Some of them had 4 losses on their record. Some of them had 10 losses on their record, even though they had like 25 wins. You know, he's going against a power puncher in Jai Opetaia. Now, granted, he's a power puncher himself. All the more reason for this fight to end early. Cinkara has a lot of round 1, 2, 3, 6 KOs. So does Jai Opetaia. I expect Opetaia to put him away in rounds 1 through 6. Rounds 1 through 6, Jai Opetaia TKO. Probably not going to be the best odds, but that is the bet that I have for this boxing card over the weekend. And for my final Houdini act, I have picks on Shabaz Masoud taking on Peter McGrail. Okay, that's going to be the third and final card of the weekend. I think this will be a pair of decisions. I think Masoud is going to win by decision. Not either of these guys have power. Neither of these guys have power. Masoud only has 4 KO wins. McGrail, I think, only has like 6 KO wins or something like that. Most of them have double-digit decision wins. Not a lot of power on either guy, so I'm going to say the champ stays the champ. Masoud stays the champ. And the same thing with Fajeda. I think the champs stay the champ here. Fajeda wins a decision. Turhan doesn't have a lot of experience against top competition. Fajeda does. So I say just because she fought way better competition, she retains her IBF championship. So Fajeda decision, Masoud decision, and those are my picks on the Peter McGrail and Shabaz Masoud card. And that's it for me. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. I hope the F1 race is about to finish. I hope I catch the end. If I'm about to catch the end, I hope one of these McLaren guys or George Russell won. If not, fuck me. It is what it is. Shout out to you guys that showed up in the chat today. Appreciate everybody that pulled up. Appreciate everybody that's going to watch this in the after. Richland, Tanner, John Ray, all my guys. But shout out to Danger Mouse. Shout out to Lazy Bed. Shout out to Cosmo. Shout out to Maycar Minute. Shout out to Dakota in the chat and they're on social media. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate everybody coming through. We'll be live this week on Friday. I might have an interview dropping this week. Shout out to Dennis the Menace Bermudez. We got something cooking. So shout out to him. But yeah, we're trying to get to that 700 sub goal. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, 700. We're trying to get there. Use this QR code. Scan that QR code right there. We'll subscribe you to this YouTube page right here. One More Round Fights. All right. And then scan the QR codes here to become fans of both channels, One More Round Fights and the Main Card Minute. This is how you subscribe on YouTube. So please don't be a fucking weirdo and not do it. Yeah. Sponsors. What the fuck's going on? W is the only person that's smart in the sponsor game, I guess. Y'all are gonna be real upset when you're like, oh, we'd love to sponsor you. Be like, no, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm actually gonna do my own branded stuff and promote my own stuff because you guys, I gave you guys opportunities for weeks. I gave you a segment on my show called Sponsors, an opportunity for sponsors to drop in, sponsors that are in my chat that could easily sponsor me, but you know, they don't want to do it. Opportunity's gonna be lost, bro. Once this channel's monetized, I'm cutting off all opportunities to jump on this channel. Once we're monetized, and the time is ticking, buddy. The clock's running the fuck out. That's all I gotta say. Clock's running the fuck out. So you better get in now or it's over. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm getting out of here. Enjoy football. Enjoy F1. Enjoy your families. Enjoy your lives. Have a good weekend. I'll see you in this week. Enjoy UFC 323. I'm out. Dakota, choose a number.
Seem to run my life. I can't live without a kiss from Mary Jane's lips. I just wanna love my life. I wake and bake to a crisp. This is ignorant bliss. Blowing nose, put a ring on her. Till death do us, we gon' live on her. If there ain't nobody here out in the atmosphere, you can bet the universe that we're goners, goners, goners. Gunners. I got 120 pounds of a chick that's all bud. Get her in the sheets, split it all up. She love to take L, so I lick her all up. Break the rules, no prescriptions on us. I'm rolling, hitting bulls, I got bones, smoking. Like I know it's not wrong, it's potent. Feeling the coast of my fall, big shaggy. Bitch, I smoke with my dogs, two fatties. Mary Ashley, got a body, yeah, you know that she's a baddie. I would go to any length, always going out my way, just to get her to my place from the Addy. Pour a cup up, slow the pace down. You can puff, and then we gonna space out. Let's get drunk and then order us some takeout. You need to shut up, we smoking wide awake loud. I could make vows, I couldn't live without you, I would die today now. Please don't ever go away, leave, no, that's a problem I don't ever wanna face. Midnight toker, so you can bet I'm gonna face. Free bird, ain't no seeds, they ain't never in my shake. It's the greens that I promise you ain't never gonna taste good. But the liquor seem to run my life. I can't live without a kiss from Mary Jane's lips. I just wanna love my life. I wake and bake to a crisp. This is ignorant bliss. Blowing nose, put a ring on her. Till death do us, we gon' live on her. If there ain't nobody here out in the atmosphere, you can bet the universe that we're goners, 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 goners.